Hi everybody, welcome back to Come On Your Designs. My name is Sandra. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining me for a new Paint With Me video. So today what I decided I was going to do is share with you the plants paintings that I made while I was working on the new shop launch for my Etsy store. It's not actually a new store, it was already there, but if you've watched my vlog then you'll know I just revamped the whole thing, and since not many people knew that I had one, I just decided to call it a launch and I went for it. So one thing that I wanted to kind of discuss today, besides the paintings, obviously, was what I learned from starting a shop, basically launching an online store. When you are a mom of 3 kids and one of them has started school online from home, yeah, doing everything together at once is very, very overwhelming, very stressful. But somehow I got it done, so I thought I'd just share with you the few things that helped me, the things that I learned, and maybe it can help somebody else. So one big thing at the start was asking for help. Like, that's huge. If you want to start something that you know you can't really do on your own, don't be stubborn. Like, don't burn yourself out to try to do everything. I highly recommend asking somebody who's been in your shoes before you, if you know such a person, and just get some tips from them before you begin. I had a chance to talk to one of my new good friends, e-friends, I should say, that I met through Emily RV Art. We're both her patrons, and she had just launched her shop a couple of weeks or so before mine. I think 3 weeks or so before mine. And since it was still fresh on her mind, I sent her a DM and asked if it would be okay to pick her brain and just find out, you know, if I have the right things on my to-do list, if I'm missing anything, or if there were, once I told her what I had on my list, if there were anything that popped on her mind that I probably forgot or that I should consider. And she offered to do a Zoom call with me, which was amazing. So we went through like my list and then her list, and there were so many things that I had forgotten. So I definitely recommend asking for help that way. If you don't have anyone like this, there are so many free communities that you can join where you could potentially meet people like that. I'm gonna say she's truly original, so I don't know if you can find another one like her, but there are so many people out there that are willing and able to help others, and obviously not doing the work for you, but able to kind of point you in the right direction. So if you're doing your own research and taking your own notes, but you're just stuck on a choice, for example, you might just not know whether you want to do a sticker versus print of something, and being able to kind of share that with a group of other people that either do something similar or who shop for that kind of thing, and just being able to ask them what they think, and having that feedback is super helpful. So that was my very first suggestion. The next thing I would say is just pick a few things to start. Like, so I had prints, stickers, and some stationery, but I had so many different types of prints and so many different stickers. So what became overwhelming a little for me was that I had to edit all the individual listings, and toward the end I enlisted my sister to help me like duplicate products that were gonna be the same but just a different image, and then I had to adjust the photography for every single one of those listings myself. Some of them I kept the images sort of raw, like I wish I'd taken the time to either use Lightroom on my phone, which I didn't have before but I do now, and also or on Photoshop, and just adjust the contrast some, but I know I can do that later, so that's not really the end of the world for those. But yeah, I definitely recommend for listings not to overwhelm yourself to begin. It's recommended to have about 15 to 20 listings to start, like at least one full page. And I think that's great, but there's a really good trick for having that whole page. So if you, for instance, are going to sell a print, like I have these prints that I'm making right now, the plants, the succulent, I have the cactus set, which I painted last time, but I included it as part of the set of 3. And that first painting that I did on this video, which is just a giant monstera leaf, I want to offer those in 2 different sizes. And what I did was I listed them, and within the listing I gave the option of the size that you want, and also whether you would like it with a mount or without a mount. That's what I offer. If you have 3 prints and you want to offer them in 2 different sizes, you could essentially also list them separately. So you could do one set that you list at 5x7 and inches in size, and then maybe the next set that you list as an 8x10 for the largest set. So when your customer makes the purchase, you will always see from the title right away which one they purchased. I'm having a little bit of an issue with the way I've listed mine, just because when someone selects that they want an 8x10 and they want it with a mount or without a mount, it doesn't tell me right away the size that they chose, but it will tell me if they chose like that mount to be with the image. So I'm just like, I need to open the whole thing, or I need to look at the price that they paid to deduce what it was for. So it's just an additional step for me, but it would be a lot easier if I had already listed them as their own items. So I hope that makes some kind of sense. The next thing that I think is really handy or very helpful is to use your social media platform as your marketing tool. So the fact that I learned, and I also again learned this from someone else, for this instance I learned from Emily Harvey Art, who is also on Instagram and on Patreon, and had a Zoom call about launching a new product with her patrons, and as I was one of them, I got a chance to participate and learn so much from those who had already done that before me. And one big recommendation was to make sure to advertise your launch properly. So give yourself enough time to sort of announce it, and then tease little pieces of what you're making, products behind the scenes, just to get people interested and involved a little with what you're making, or just to get them to want to know more and want to see where it's going. And I noticed that made a huge difference from the first time that I launched, because I just had no idea what I was doing. So this time around, it really helped me that I started a couple of weeks before. I did a lot of announcements, I did a lot of Instagram stories, just letting people know what I was working on. I went live for the first time on Instagram, just painting and chatting with people, which was really fun. I did more talking than painting, but it was still fun and nice talking to people that took the time to hop on. So I'm gonna do a more in-depth video with my entire list, so if you're interested in that, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. And if you enjoy this type of content, please give this video a like. I know I didn't talk much about the art itself, but it's very self-explanatory. I had the references on my phone. I'll link below the references that I used if you want to try painting these for yourself. They came from a free stock photo website called pexels.com, which I always list. And I just searched different types of potted plants and plant leaves, and I grabbed the ones that I like the most, saved them on my phone, and I had my phone over to the side. I just painted from there. So not revolutionary or anything, but it's better with reference. And even when I wasn't looking, I always made a bunch of mistakes. So I highly recommend keeping an eye on your reference if you're going to do this, or just make it abstract if you don't want to. That's fine too. Just get painting and make something that you enjoy. I think that's pretty much all that I have for today with this painting. I know it's a little short, but I'll have another video very, very soon, which will be my next vlog. So stay tuned to my channel. It should be midweek this week. I don't know whether it'll be Tuesday or Wednesday, but it will be during the week. So thanks so much again for watching. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel. It helps me grow. It helps me keep making videos like this. So I'll see you next time in another video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.